little bit of a issue, shall we say, as the drivers seem to be struggling through these wet conditions. I'm trying to pull up the stream now on my laptop so I can help link it to yous, and no more results. No stream? Should be. Hold on. Silver. Yeah, whatever, Pyro. And there's a spinning Red Bull. Spectate Roberts as he's on his lap at the moment. As there's a lot of traffic in front of him, looks like there's a stray McLaren as he locks up a little bit. McLaren get out the way. Let me just get rid of this. Just pass lap. As he takes the second, Lasmo quite tentatively could take a little bit more speed. Going down the back straight now, going into Ascari, very tentative on the brakes. Heavy on the brakes, but tentative in the corner, I must say, odd. As there seems to be a cheeky McLaren giving him slipstream. So obviously a little bit of tactics going on between the Mercedes powered cars. Coming around Parabolica now to complete his lap. Roberts will set a 130.9, not too bad. Can go a little bit better. Hold on, let me just... Next across the line should be Jammy. Yeah, he beats him by 3/10. Bring up the fastest lap now. Actually, we'll spectate Weber, shall we say. Weber just going slightly wide off the exit of Scary, luckily not to invalidate. So, pretty good from him. And he's coming around Parabolica now. Gonna set 131.5, so a second off the pole time, and Jockey not doing any better. 4 seconds off the lap time, 4.2. 4.1, my bad. Riding board Charles Leclerc. Using the Haas, interestingly enough. I must say that the Haas is really, really nice. Like, I don't know if it's just me that likes the Haas, but oh, it's just so nice to look at, and especially with its one-on-one sponsor here. This clearly Mick Schumacher's car, if you pay attention to that. Oh, and he goes slightly wide. I'm not sure if the track limits are strict or not. Raslimo actually going 130.7. I did miss that. Norwich fan 130.8. But well done. Well done spinning. Charles Leclerc about to finish his lap now. He's going to set 131.0. Put himself in 5th place, just behind Roberts. As there's a slow moving McLaren who completely missed the first chicane, but is trying to get out of the way. But Raslimo going faster again, 129.8. Spectate bottle of water as he's very, very slightly on the exit. Actually, Pyroraptor, he's going to come across the line now. He'll set a 132.2. Not too bad, not too bad. And Jammy, he retires. Interesting stuff. Is there anyone actually on a fast lap right now? It says Dodo Baggins has finished his session, so obviously a glitch. Ash Tube. Very, very slow through Ascari, unless he's just doing a bunker. Obviously joined midway through because he is in Lewis Hamilton's car. What are you doing? Something's going on here. The lobby's obviously glitched badly. But I'll spectate Lucky Tees. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name. I'm sorry. Coming out the first chicane now. Coming out in second gear. A lot of wheel spin as he's coming through Curva Grande now. Obviously a spectacle to watch. If we remember, I think Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton in 2019, that was a spectacle to watch going through Curva Grande. As you can see the amount of understeer that Thies is getting through the second chicane, but going through the first Lasmo now, how will he take it? Takes it in fourth gear, pretty good exit. It misses the curb a little bit, couldn't use the curb to get a nice exit. Yet again missing the exit again, so probably trying not to spin, understandably. As he's coming under the Rolex bridge now, and he sets the fastest second sector. Very tentative through Ascari, but very, very precise. Runs a little bit wide. It's going to come to Curva Grande now in a few. Pay attention to the top speed of this thing actually. I kind of missed it, so. Coming around the final corner now. He'll set a 130.9 at 326 kilometers an hour. So that's impressive. But Roberts, he's again on the lap. A few Aston Martins up ahead near the Lasmo. Locks up heavily going into the first corner and invalidates. Too impatient. I think Pyro GM is out on his lap again. 3-lap old wet, so obviously trying to save all the wets he can. Pyro coming across the line now. He'll set a 130.6, puts him up into P3. So not too bad from the Greek man. I think bottle of water, it did improve on his time. He set 130.7. I'm gonna spectate the Williams. I'm not gonna pronounce his name as he spins and he DNFs in the middle of Lesmo. There seems to be a fast move in AlphaTauri. It is Pyro. I think Reslimo is near the cross site. Yes, he is, as there seems to be the stranded Williams, all the parts of despawns, thank God. And Res, he's just going to lose it a little bit. Obviously trying to warm up his tyres. Very brand new wets. Like, those things are fresh out the gate. I just say though that the Alpine is one of the most beautiful cars I've seen. BGR, oh, he's on the lap, is down by 5/10, so not good for BGR, and he's gonna lose it near Ascari, so obviously he's gonna have to back out of his lap, but is towing that Roland. That Roland coming across the Parabolica now. Not sure if that's dirty air handling him, but there's a lot of understeer in that Ferrari. And yeah, he backs out his lap. And bottle of water has invalidated. I will take a look at BGR again. Heavy into the braking zone. Is cadence braking trying to prevent his car from locking up, and he loses it on traction. Careful mate, you don't want to get disqualified. And he makes it through quite safely. The Aston Martin now comes across the line. Oh, and is locked up into the first corner. Not very good for his tyres. Oh, and loses it on traction. Ash tube, yellows. Whatever Ash tube is doing. Interesting. Charles Leclerc on the lap. He did invalidate. Careful, mate. You don't want to be interrupting Lucky. Luckily, he wasn't in a lap, so actually, this is a good time to check the comms now. Here for that Roland, but says LOI Gary Drobro. Oh, League of Ireland. Couldn't have thought to. You're necessary. No, I won't mention another league here. But yeah, I think Charles Leclerc. Will he go on a lap again? Yeah, he will. No doubt. And you just see J-Dude running across the the sausage curbs. Oh, and goes wide there. So obviously a lot of people are struggling with the wet conditions. Could be the lack of setup, could be the lack of grip, could be the lack of anything. Me personally, I love the wet. I think I cracked into the 27s into this in wet Monza. Don't quote me on that though. Search up Shifter's Mercy. You'll see it on the time trial wet leaderboard. I'll spectate BGR Philippe as he's going down the main straight now. Very draggy seems to be his car. Oh, and just misses the first turn. It's going to get a terrible run coming out the first corner chicane. But immediately back on the power, but his car is so slidey through Carver Grande. As he approaches the second chicane now. Hold on, let me just send the link. There you go. Yeah, now we're back since that to send the link. But 2 minutes left in the session. I think Res Limo is on a lap. Hits the first chicane beautifully. Short shifts into 6 coming out of that corner and invalidates. Destroys his front wing. Not sure if I want to laugh or not, but the amount of short shifting he had to do was quite intense. But we'll spectate Power GM, see if he can dethrone Yami. No, he's not. Robert DS, invalidated. Anyone on a valid lap? BGR Philippe sets a 132.5 on his previous lap. Not sure if he's backing out this one, but really shows us through the chicane section. Raslimo letting the McLaren pass, so fair on the McLaren. Power GM Raptor on the inters. Okay, interesting. No, he's gone back onto the wets. Oh, and North fan sets the fastest first sector. A lot to show here, Pyro. Oh, and he loses it. He loses it. Unlucky stuff for the McLaren driver. Not much to comment on at the moment. But actually Robert setting the fastest first sector. So we'll spectate Robert a little bit. Coming through the first Lesmo now. Short shifts into fourth, fifth. And then short shifting again, trying to get the best traction, trying not to spin up the rear wheels. Obviously it's not very good to spin up the rear wheels in this game, or you'll be facing the other way. As it is with most car games. And he sets it. Time that's over. Up by a second. I think he could get pole here, lads. If he doesn't mess up his the rest of Parabolica, he'll be sorted. Razliamo taking pole position. Robert DS coming through the final corner now. He'll still pole position by 0.3 of a second. Very, very good lap from Robert. And Ashtube coming in at fourth. So it's a Mercedes 1-4, squishing the Alpines, I believe. Look at this, just spinning and saves it. Charles Leclerc, get out the way, Lucky. Gets out the way just about. Charles Leclerc does. Loses probably half a tenth. Isn't really good for him. But coming around Parabolica now, Charles Leclerc will set a 129.9. Pulls it out the bag. And BGR Philippe retires. So this is your grid, everybody. And Dan says here, because his game doesn't work, unlucky bud, unlucky. Might want to restart your PS4, mate, or PS5, whichever console you're on. I know this game is a bit shite when it comes to this game. So, taking pole position now, here is Robert DS for the Mercedes, taking pole by 0.3 ahead of Liam 07. Charles Leclerc coming in third for the Haas. That's really odd to say. Fourth would be the Finn of Yami 99, Ashtube in fifth, Pyro GM Raptor in sixth, seventh Bottle of Water, eighth Norwich Fan, ninth Lucky Thiesh. Or I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'm really sorry. 11th, that Roland. 12th, the Hungarian of BGR Echo. I'll just put it that way. J Dudu 04, Jackie in 14th. 15th, CW BGR Philippe. Well then, the Dodo Baggins who couldn't connect, and Mentalson, who I'm assuming had the qualifying ban. Should be quite interesting if the race is wet. Any final thoughts to leave in the comments? Oh, it's a dry race. See, actually, everyone's starting on the soft, so interesting. So probably the one stopper would be here, good here, soft to mediums. Uh, so your full grid rundown now. Robert in the Mercedes taking pole position. Second would be Reslimo. Third, Charles Leclerc. Fourth, Yami in the Alpine. Fifth, Ostube in the Mercedes. Mercedes 1-5. Sixth, Pyro GM Raptor of the AlphaTauri. Seventh, Norwich fan. Could have had a good qualifying session hadn't he not binned it. Lucky Thiessen 8. 9, Weber. 10th, the Ferrari of that Roland. 11th, BGR Echo. 12th, bottle of water. 13th, Dudo 04. Jackie in 14th. CW in 15th for the Alfa Romeo. 16th, BGR Philippe. Well done in the Aston Martin. Taken 17th. 18th, Dodo Baggins. And 19th, Mentelson. So it's going to be a very interesting grid. How many people have dry setups on and how many have wet? As they're coming across the final straight now before the main straight. Looking at all the cars weave. Number 72, Robert DS. I like your number, son. As the AI are now taking over, as there seems to be a flying Mercedes. Maybe a sign of things to come, who knows? Who knows? Oh, the grid has backed up here, and what's going on here, lads? What's going on here? Oh, is this even legal? I'll ask the stewards, but that's just not cool. Alright now, just waiting for Reslimo, so obviously he was the worst offender for this. Just looking for a good angle for lights out. 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go, and I think Limo gets a better start than Robert, but actually no, he's gotten a terrible start, Limo, and he's being hounded by Yami as they go two abreast into the first chicane. Any collisions? Nope. Oh yeah, no, there is. Norwich fan spun around by Res Limo, I think, and Weber, he improves to 5th. Ostube dropping down to 6th. Pyro GM Raptor losing out one position as he looks like he's lost the front end plate. Jockey coming up into 8th, getting a great start. Lucky he's losing out a little bit. And there seems to be position changes now as Weber capitalises on the mistakes of Ostube. I think Ostube has a little bit of damage as it looks like he's understeering. Right on board with Ostube. Yeah, he does have understeer, and he goes onto the gravel with the mediums, so obviously in the alternate strategy. But Charles Leclerc, he's trailing Robert, who's almost pulled a 1 second gap now. Yeah, so it's... Oh, and Robert, he makes a mistake! Robert makes a mistake, and now he's dropped down to 4th. And he's trying to warm up those tyres ahead of the Williams of Weber. Ostube dropping down massively. Look at that. Charles Leclerc setting the fastest lap of the race at 25.3, and I think they're going to go side by side. Yeah, they will. outbreaks himself a little. Charles Leclerc, he'll be wanting to get the better of exits, but no, he's going to be hounded by the other Alpine. So Yami getting the great start. And Charles Leclerc comes back at him as they go side by side into the second chicane now. Good defending from Charles Leclerc and good attack. Oh, he's used all his deploy. That's interesting. I was wondering why them red lights showed up. This game is obviously very glitched. Yeah, I mean, he's just doing everything he can just to try to stay with Charles Leclerc. And Charles Leclerc is going just that little bit wide, trying to push track limits, trying to find all the time he can. Robert Diaz, he's found himself back up into third. And now the weaving game begins. And there's a VSC. Oh, what happened? Oh yeah, I think CW, I think he's lost it and it brought out the safety car. That's unfortunate. BGR Philippe pits. The Dodo, he gets the speeding under VSC. Interesting. As the Deltas are now glitched, and that's just an ugly sight to see, so we might as well change it to like the fastest lap. Dodo Wagons getting another drive-through? Okay. How can one suffer two drive-throughs? Anyways. And the thing seems to be glitching out even more as we speak. Dodo Baggins getting a 5-second corner cut penalty. VC should be ending anytime soon now, as it has been a lap, but pay attention to Charles Leclerc. Has his overtake on, so it is ending shortly. And DRS activated, so yep. They're back into green flag conditions. Has the gap fixed itself yet? As Yami seems to have gotten a horrific restart. Seems to be already a second down from Charles Leclerc. And is being hounded by the Mercedes of Robert. Robert, he makes the move, but there's a little bit of contact. So Robert is going to have to wait again, trying to make a move. Robert trying to look for any way he can, and there's a little bit of contact. The Alpine blocking any way for Robert to get past. Don't know if that's a legal defense or not, but it was definitely a bit rough. Yeah, but you can see the amount of traction that Robert has compared to Yami. And Lemo, I think he's wanting to make a move down Robert. If he was smart, he'd back out of it. Yes, he does. Live to fight another day. As there seems to be a slidey Yami again. And Ball of Water gets a 3-second time penalty, and somebody else picks up a penalty. Didn't know who it was. Oh, and heavy lock up into turn 1. Yami losing out a couple of positions, being caught out by Robert. And yeah, Weber gets ahead of Yami, who's getting an awful few turns now. So obviously a bit oh, and Lemo, he spins out and he resets onto track. Charles Leclerc pulling away by the minute, or by the second, shall we say. Robert, he is looking very, very strong here. Yeah, look at the confidence Robert has through Scary. And he's just, yeah, Charles is trying to make a, trying to get rid of the DRS. But look here, look now, Yami is defending for third. But I'm Weber, he's gonna come back with the DRS. Weber gonna soar past the Alpine. There's a little bit of contact. Get back under the racing line. Weber does. Hits the apex. Hits the apex again. As this fight for first is now getting smaller and smaller. 4/10 is your gap, ladies and gentlemen. And Charles Leclerc, he's pulling away as Robert has a horrible Ascari. As Weber, he's around. I've completely missed it, but it seems to be that as if there was a heavy contact. Did Weber suffer any damage? Doesn't look like it, but we'll see through Parabolica. No, no damage suffered. And now he's weaving, trying to break the toe. Can only move once. Can only move once. And Norwich fan, he's trying to line up his shot for fifth place, but oh, there's a lot of contact there. Very, very dirty from Weber, but tough as well. As they're going to go side by side into Curve Grande, as Crofty once said, is it a Grande move? Yes, it is. But Weber, he comes back again with the excellent exit. Gonna have to back out for the first Lasmo, trying to get the DRS for the second. Coming out the second Lasmo, and that's true, he has left the session. Unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Back up to the front now. Pay attention to the gap, actually. No, the gap is closing ever more slightly now. And yeah, Weber learning from his mistakes, had to back out of Ascari. But if I were a Norwich fan, I'd try and let Weber go for the DRS. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Trying to get the DRS. As there's a little bit of contact between Jackie and BGR. Wow. But Norwich fan is going to come back again. And there's a spinning McLaren. BGR Philippe retires. Will Norwich fan get the move done? Yes, he will. The Williams down is inside. Oh, and the battle up here is tight as well. So many eyes to look out for, but so little commentators here to comment over it. Charles Leclerc now pulling away from Robert. And oh, is a little bit scrappy here. Tags the rear wheels of Norwich fan. But once again, I'll have to skip that fight and trying to look at this. Robert Diaz now with an excellent run on Charles Leclerc. Makes the move stick. But will Charles Leclerc break himself? No, he will not. But Robert, he locks up, sets Charles Leclerc up perfectly for the... Oh, and he gets a little bit of a tank slapper. As Liam and Jamie are losing time to Charles Leclerc and Robert. Oh, and contact between Norwich fan and I'm no Weber. BGR X in side by side with the McLaren driver. BGR X Echo nothing. BGR Act with DRS is, yeah, you can just tell them with the amount of wings, and there's a huge, no, it's just a retirement on track, but there is a spitting Red Bull. No safety. Oh, and he DNFs. Ball of water DNFs. No safety car, huh? Ten laps into this race, and there's already been a DNF. Charles Leclerc now being hunted down by Robert, and Robert, he spins. Seems like anyone I spectate seems to do really badly. Trying to get the dirt out of his tyres, understandably so, and now the Alpines are free to chase after the Haas of Charles Leclerc. 10 laps in, 11 runners left. 17 to go. Pyro GM Raptor picks up a 3-second time penalty. I'm no Weber picks up another 3-second time penalty, but we'll spectate that rolling now. Seems to have a great POV. Now looking at this, Norwich fan is going to be hunted down by Robert, while Norwich fan is hunting down BGR. The Alpine's pulling a gap from each other, so Liam, he's not waiting for his Alpine teammate. Robert, he's going to try and make a comeback drive, as there seems to be a slow moving... Oh, it's Weber who crashed in the middle of the track. We'll spectate Charles Leclerc get a great angle of this. Yes, in the middle of the track. Careful, Alpine boys. And it despawns. Very anticlimactic. But some more fights coming down from 57s. Once again, we'll spectate Roland as he seems to have a good run into Norwich fan. And he's the first one to pull a stop, so he's going for the undercut. And he's gone on the hards, so very interesting stuff. Pretty sure you can go on the mediums. Yeah, you can. And Robert, he picks up a 3-second time penalty, not good for his redemption back at the front. But he's catching the Alpine at a rate of naught. very, very comfortable. Oh yeah, Charles Leclerc, he goes on the mediums. And Norwich fan comes ahead of Liam, no, Charles, but obviously Norwich, he didn't stop, so he's going to be making a stop soon. Yami comes out in the softs just ahead, just behind Pyro GM, and Pyro GM, he's going to be defending like crazy. Not surprised, misses his apex by a lot, and move simple, done dusted for Yami. Roland picks up a penalty as he seems to be really loosey-goosey with the hard, so not something he wants to do. Oh, and there's a little bit of weaving now. A lot of weaving now, and yeah, that Roland, he's going to try and get that DRS off of BGR Echo. Very smart moves from Roland. Roland now activating his ERS. DRS wide open. And Norwich fan, he's just there. Going two abreast. He makes contact with the rear wing of Norwich fan. And Echo, he looks like he's lost it, so any damage on Roland's part? Hopefully not. But them hards are not doing them dividends, as Norwich fan managed to get ahead of Roland, and yet look, the grip is just not there. On Liam, he's just extending his gap with the mediums. So showing that the mediums can go a very, very long way. But is going to be tasked with the challenge of getting up to first now with the softs. Say if safety car comes out now, would he be inclined to go on the softs? See, that's a really big issue. Unlucky Cease has left the session. Robert, he's doing well to get back up to top four, the top three. He's pulled off a masterclass, but I'm well intrigued with his racecraft, and Reslimo picks up the 3-second time penalty. Jammy now. Jammy trying to weave, and Roberts has the fastest lap of the race, 1:21.5. Jamie doesn't put too much of a fight, as expected. I mean, you can't really fight against DRS, and there's a heavy lockup into turn 1. Yami now, he's set up with the task to try and stay with Robert, but it's going to be a tough order to stay within that 3 seconds, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of DRS, and speaking of making moves, Roland, he gets ahead of Norchfan. With Norchfan, he has superior traction. Into Turbo Grande they go. Will it be a Grande move? And they're still going side by side, going, who's the latest of the breakers? Norchfan is. And he gets the move done. Superior move by Norchfan. Absolutely clean, spectacular. Runs onto the curb a little bit. Unlucky there. Pearl GM Raptor getting 3 seconds. Sorry, my bad. There doesn't seem to be much of an ish fight right now, but actually, Limo has come out 7 seconds behind the leader on softs. Now this should be very interesting by the time we get to the final lap. Limo on the alternate strategy. Will he pull it off? It's a tall order, yes it is. But I think Limo has the pace to pull back down that 7 seconds and look, yeah, just look at the gap going down by the tenths. 6.6, 6.5 seconds. I'm November. Leaves the session understandably very furious. Raslimo second fastest, close in the fast second sector. And gap down to 6 seconds now, so caught up within a second. Impressive stuff from the Alpine driver. Any moves here? I think BGR Echo, he's going to try and make a move onto Roland. As it seems to be, yep, that Roland is going to try and defend from Echo. And he tries to do Daniel Ricciardo, he couldn't do it. Run onto the grass a little bit, is going to compromise his exit a lot. Spectate Reslimo, who's pulling down the gap by the second. Yami picks up a 3-second time penalty. Actually, yeah, we must point out that the 3-second penalties is coming into play now. I'm gonna check the warnings. Huh? Charles Leclerc got 3 warnings, but did not. Oh right, he got a contact warning. All right. Raslimo was setting the fastest lap with a 1:20.4. Still a lot more pace to be found. Yeah, Limo, he's just flicking his steering wheel aggressively as he can, using up all the grip available to him. BGR echoed though, he's gonna have DRS on Roland once again. Roland, is he burning DRS? Yes he is, all the way down to 2%. Oh wow, that's really fast on the flick. Nothing now at the moment. There isn't really much to talk about apart from the wet qualifying, which did shake up grids a bit, but Pyro GM, he did spin. Unfortunate. But Charles Leclerc now, he must be shivering with those, with the pace that Liam has at the moment. Oh, that's definitely a warning there. Yeah, but he must be shivering with the pace that Liam has. That is immense pace that Liam is carrying at the moment. As yeah, there's a little bit more havoc, shall we say. Fast through the Lesmos, or through the chicanes now. Through the Lesmos now, in 4th gear, gonna get up to 5th, shoes and short shifting. Is fully on the throttle now. As there seems to be a spinning Aston Martin. Aston Martins, they're not having the best of times. As there's a yellow flag, sector 3. Will he avoid it? Yes, he does. Okay, fair enough. .2 seconds now is your gap, and there seems to be position changes between Norwich fan and Roland. Spectate these boys a little bit. Maybe the herds are coming into play now. Yeah. And the weaving begins. DRS activated. Should be a simple enough move. Goes down to the inside. A very unorthodox place to make an overtake. Heavy into the braking zone and move done and dusted. BGR Echoed, he's going to try and make scraps out of this. Oh, and safety car comes out and Yami DNFs. Sorry, I did not catch that one when he DNFs that. Yeah, scary. Perfect for Charles Leclerc. Oh, Robert, he's going to capitalize on this. So it's going to be an interesting dilemma for Charles. Does he pit? I'd say yes, because you know, he's going to benefit off fresh softs, and it's going to save his race for the most part. So yeah, it's a good idea pitting, mate. Oh, and you can see the barrier there tampered with. That was a heavy incident. In real life, that could have been a red flag. Reminder that racing is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Luckily for us, we're all in the virtual world, so we won't... Oh, and Liam, he's pitting. And he picks up a 5-second time penalty. Can we just appreciate the low revving sound of the Alpine? Like, the Alpine sounds amazing. Yep, Liam in. Called up to the safety car. And now, it's all about damage limitation for Liam. 5 lap sprint into the end. Gonna be an interesting one. Very, very interesting one. Literally a 5 lapper with a super gripped up racetrack. And they all pop into AI. Again, nothing to comment about. I mean, it is kind of a shame that half the grid did DNF. No account of their own. I think they just lost it through most of the corners, and we can see the tampered barrier once again. Get a good shot from this. There you go. That wouldn't be big dubs in my opinion. Anyways, we move on. It's going to be 4 lap sprint into the end, and listen to that V8 sound from the safety car. One of the most beautiful names. Beautiful sounds to hear in the game. As it seems to me that the grid, apart from JD, has caught up. So it's just more of a question of who could keep it on track the longest without getting a penalty. Pay attention to Charles Leclerc, who did pull down to fourth. So things are not going too well for him. Aston Martin very nearby. He's going through the first element now. That's an odd combination color combination. No. Yeah, but I digress. Safety car in this lap. 3 lap sprint into the end. All or nothing. Literally. Just want to take one last look at that barrier, but I did miss it again. Liam now, he's going to decide when the restart happens. Can subtly hear the sound of the Mercedes, and now he's gunned it. Does he spin? No, he doesn't. And the weaving game begins as Charles Leclerc, he's lagged out actually. I just realised. Unfortunate for Charles Leclerc, but it's perfect for Norwich fan, as he's gonna have a good chance to win this race. Or I'm just gonna have to see what the penalty is. It's 3 seconds for Robert. Norwich fan, if he can win the race. It is only 3 laps, but he can't afford to make any mistakes. The pressure's on. No DRS, just going to be pure out racing. So unless he makes a mistake, Norwich, he can win. There's going to have to be a performance of a lifetime if Norwich wants to get the win. I have every faith that he could win. Liam, he is just pulling away from Robert DS now. And just look how fast that lap time is. But 1.5 seconds is your gap for Robert. For Norwich, sorry. Heavy into T1. A little bit on the gas too early. It's going to lose a little bit of time to Ascari, but it's going to have to burn some of that ERS if he wants to stay with Robert. Beautiful corner. 1.8 seconds is your gap now. Two seconds. The win may seem out of reach for Norwich fan. Gonna have to try harder and harder to try and keep up with the top guys, and now yeah, you can see that he's just pushing track limits, trying everything he can to try and stay within. Oh, and Robert, he actually picks up a 6-second time penalty. Norwich with none. Interesting scenes here, ladies and gentlemen. As we approach the last lap, DRS is enabled. Robert is too far back, so no move can be done. I think for a Norwich fan, he's going to just a little bit slidey on the throttle. Yeah, I think Norwich fan, I think he does have this race in the bag unless he does miss out somewhere. He can literally just take it very calmly. He doesn't need to wait for anyone. Head up back to the top now. Improving on his time a little bit. Nero runs out of ERS now, but crossing the Parabolica now. It will be Liam who takes it on track. It will be Robert taking it a second on track. But Norwich fan, he wins the Italian Grand Prix. Congratulations to the McLaren driver. That Roland coming in 4th, J Dudu coming in 5th, BGR Echoed 6th. Wow, what a race, what a race. I mean, what can I say? Can only feel really happy for the McLaren driver. Only good vibes. Oh God. So you're finishing order then. Norwich fan coming first, second Liam, third Robert Diaz, fourth Dot Roland, fifth BGR Echo, sixth J Dudu, seventh Charles Leclerc. Non-finishers are Yami, Pyro, Weldon, Weber, Bottle of Water, Lucky Thief, CW, Jackie, Philippe, Ashtube, Dodo Baggins, and Mental Sun. Whew. Wow. Captured the race director as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you liked what you see in DRL, then message Give Norwich fan a message. I'm sure he wouldn't mind letting you guys into DRL. But if you liked any of that today and you want to see more of that action, subscribe to this channel. I believe Div 1 is underway, so do drop them a follow if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.